is the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. We have reached the business end of the season in Season 16, as both teams here tonight need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's the Louisiana Revolution versus the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Hello everyone, I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips here in the booth, Phil Koss in the stats truck, and the commish and producer Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Wade, everyone in the league has had to do a double take when looking at Louisiana and Sioux Falls this season, and now it's do or die time here in Week 9.
It really is, and the league has kind of looked at them and said, well, you were really awesome last season, but this season just kind of a step back for really both quarterbacks have really taken just a step back this season, and there's never been a bigger time to have a turnaround than this game tonight, and both teams really need to bring the thunder on offense and defense and special teams. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely glad to have you here. Glad to have everybody here tonight here at Stack Up Stadium in Louisiana. And one thing we've noticed here this season is both teams from years past have really relied on Colin Hart, the running back for Sioux Falls, and Reggie Streeter for Louisiana. Both have had differing seasons. Reggie Streeter coming out the better of the two.
Just a glorious effort.
So it'll be Louisiana kicking off here, and here we go. Kickoff in Louisiana. Turn gets started about the 7-yard line. Good little return up there to the 25-yard line by AJ Levy. And that's where we'll see the 11-season vet Julian Tyree and company come on the field to start off this football game.
And looking to see Tyree kind of have a little bit of a bounce back from last week where he had just a little bit of a down game and really wants to come back and get a win tonight so that they can keep their playoff hopes alive. Both teams really have to get a win to keep their playoff hopes alive.
It'll be a handoff to start off this football game, and it'll be Colin Hart who gets stacked up right behind the line of scrimmage, be taken down for a loss on the play. Julian Tyree's the man under center for the Sparrows, with Colin Hart, the tailback. Charlemagne Cornelius is the rookie fullback. A.J. Warren, Gunnar Lewis, and Aldell Free Sr. make up the wide receiving core, with Noe Terrazas at tight end, and the guard is Dusty Wilson. Another power running formation here for the Sparrows. It'll be a run to Hart, near side, has a couple of blocks downfield, and has a nice little hole on the near sideline. He'll get the first down as he's all the way down to the 42.
And that's what we need to see a lot of tonight is Colin Hart getting fed early and often and just eating up those chunk plays to bring them within a victory shout of making it to the playoffs.
So gradually increasing the number of wide receivers on the football field. On this third play, we'll see two, and one of them will get a reception here. That's A.J. Warren picking up 5 before falling out of bounds.
And that's just a quick little out route to pick up an easy 5, and that's just another way to keep just chugging along down this drive and keep on keeping on.
Go back to the power eye here on second down. Another run with Hart near side. This time Hart's met relatively close to the line. He's going to fall forward to the midfield stripe. Tackle there by Nathan Blake.
Great defensive play by Nathan Blake to get up there and bring him down for not much of a gain, 2 yards. And that's exactly what they need from this defense. The number 1 ranked rushing defense in the league scoring wise. And that's just exactly what they need to stop Colin Hart.
Tyree back to pass here on 3rd and short, over the middle. That one's hauled in. It's another first down for the Sparrows, caught by Gunnar Lewis.
A clutch first down by Gunnar Lewis, and Julian Tyree is 1 for 1 so far, and 2 for 2, excuse me. And now he just needs to keep that going. Gunnar Lewis needs to have a big day, and these wide receivers really need to make a big impact.
2 for 2 so far here today, and Tyree off to a much better start than he had last week against Lone Star. He's back to pass here on first down. Another pass deep down the middle, and that one's in and out of the hands of his intended target this time, and it's second down.
and that was one of the safety mob of Louisiana that really brought down broke up the pass play, and that was just a phenomenal pass breakup, and that's exactly what they need. They have 4 safeties on the roster, and they can just bring it with each one.
Our eye here on second down. The run far side with Hart. Hart met at the line and taken down by a stampede of Revolution.
And now they're in 3rd and long, so they've got to, you'd think, pass it here unless they're kind of playing a wild card and running it on 3rd down thinking they'd go for it on 4th, but I don't see that happening. Just try to pick up a quick first down here.
They'll spread the field with 4 wide receivers here on 3rd and 9. Tyree back to pass. Over the middle, wide open is Gunnar Lewis. And he's got his 2nd reception of the day, and it's another long completion, and they're inside the 10-yard line.
Looks like they see something, Julian Tyree sees something that he might want to exploit all game, because that's the 2nd time he's kind of gotten Gunnar Lewis behind the coverage a little bit, and that's, he's looking for that, because if he can get an easy completion that'll pick up nice chunk of yardage, he's going to lean on it.
He's already close to the 50-yard mark is Gunnar Lewis. Hand off in the middle. He fumbled the football. Mad scramble there to see who recovers it. And it might have been the Revolution. No, it'll be Sioux Falls, who luckily jumps back on. I think one of the linemen jumped on it there, Wade.
Just danger. Yeah, just heads up play by the lineman to fall on it, because that's the last thing you want when you get a turnover in the red zone.
5 wide receivers, an interesting play call here for the Sparrows. Have rarely seen this from them here this season. Pass to the corner of the end zone, deflected away. Even Arthur, what a play to save a touchdown.
A phenomenal one-on-one play by Even Arthur to deny the receiver the ball, and just goes up and plays his best basketball impression, just blocking that down. And excellent heads-up coverage by that number 22, where I expect us to see a lot more of him, because he is just a phenomenal playmaker in the secondary.
So after a couple plays that worked there to Gunnar Lewis, this time they're going to have to try again here on 3rd down. Another 5 wide set for the Sparrows, and it's a dime look from the Revolution. Tyree, corner of the end zone. This time, Lewis is wide open, and it's a touchdown, Sioux Falls.
It's an excellent mismatch. Gunnar Lewis is 6'5", for those out there that don't know, and the tallest secondary member for Louisiana is 6'4" in a safety, and he just got a mismatch and took advantage of it, was undenied, and took it to the house for a touchdown.
So here comes Maxwell Falk on to attempt the PAT. Snap, spot kick is up, and it is good. It was an 11-play, 74-yard drive with 3 long passes there to Gunnar Lewis, and it's 7-0 Sparrows.
And here we were talking, and saying they needed to lean on the running backs, but here they leaned on Julian Tyree pretty much the whole way. Julian Tyree and Gunnar Lewis, and got it down the field and got a touchdown.
Falk is going to go ahead and send it on its way. Turn starts about 3 yards deep in the end zone. East of the 15, tries to angle toward the 20-yard line, and he's going to be stopped about a yard shy. And so here comes Johnny Pickler on the field here to start the drive here for the Revolution. Hasn't had the greatest season there, Wade.
He hasn't. It's definitely a season to maybe forget. But, if they get a win tonight, I'm sure he'd take that over, the best statistical campaign.
Split backfield and 3 wide receivers. It'll be a run with Streeter up the middle, and Streeter finds a hole. It'll pick up a first down on the first play of the drive. One man that hasn't really, faltered off too much from last season is that man.
That's right. He's been their workhorse, and they lean on him a lot, and they use him in the passing game and the running game. And that right there is why he is one of the most explosive athletes in the SFL. And he took that for a nice little jog, and they really have to contain him because he is just a handful.
Come on, an identical formation for the Revolution. Bump coverage on the outside there for the Sparrows. Quick drop here from Pickler. Steps up on his back foot. We'll just toss it across the line of scrimmage. That one's hauled in by Streeter. He gets out of bounds after a gain of 5. Oh, that looked a little crazy there, Wade.
Yeah, he played a little tightrope on there and had some nice agility to pick up some extra yardage. I'm surprised he didn't step out earlier, but man, he really showed some agility and picked up those extra few yards, which, hey, every yard counts. So
2nd and 5, near formation for the Revolution. Another quick drop. It'll be another dump off the Streeter, this time on the far side. He'll pick up the first down before being tackled by A.J. Levy. And there is A.J. Levy's 1,000th tackle in the SFL.
Been a while in the league, in the league for him, and he finally gets it. What is shaping up to be quite possibly an epic career for a secondary player, and it's just been a fantastic ride for him.
We did stop Streeter from getting any more yards. It's another new set of downs here for the Revolution. Trips near side of the formation. Pickler back to pass again. Hurdles a man in the backfield as he'll dump it off to Streeter near side. Streeter's taken down after a gain of 2. We've mentioned Johnny Pickler a few times. He's their quarterback. Reggie Streeter, the halfback. Chase Earl, Mike Twinscrew, and B.E. Robo are the wideouts, with Garrison Blue at tight end, and Leonard Butler Sr. leads the offensive line at the guard position. 4 wideouts here on 2nd down for Pickler. Back to pass again. Pressure coming from the outside. He spins away once and can't get away a second time. Jose Fuentes gets in the backfield for the sack.
Great sack. Just beat his man, got through there, and just got that sack. It was excellent. Just made him miss the first time, but stuck with it. That great pursuit and brought him down for a sack. And that's exactly what they need to cause Johnny Pickler to have a little happy feet back there and maybe cause some takeaways and put their offense right back on the field.
Got his first sack of the season. He was like a homing missile back there, Wade, and it's 3rd and long for the Revolution. Pickler, 5-step drop, passes near side, almost picked off. That was directed right at John Barnard. He almost came away with the interception.
He did, and he has 3 pass deflections so far before this game, and now that's his 4th. And he was like just a ball hawk back there, just right to that ball, knocked it down. Just a phenomenal play.
And so we'll see Walter Melanishin on the field here to punt this one away. And Levy's going to get his return start at the 25. His little shake and bake to the near side. Picks up a couple extra yards, so a good solid return there. And we'll see Julian Tyree come back on the field. He had a very nice connection set up with Gunnar Lewis. We might see a little bit more of that here in this football game, Wade.
Indeed, if they think they can continue to milk that play and that little mismatch for all it's worth, I say keep going at it. Make them just do it until they stop you, really.
Our eye here for the Sparrows on 1st down. Hart gets the call near side, hitting the backfield and is able to fight forward for maybe a gain of 1. Luther Gahn, Derek Genko, Ross Napoli, and Deontay Wilder are the defensive line for Louisiana. Chuck Diesel and Blake B. Craze are the linebackers, with Even Arthur and Roman Hood at the cornerback spots. Tank Bennett, Nathan Blake, Jeff Melanishin, and Anthony Wyo are the safeties. Handoff up the middle for Hart. Hart, maybe another yard, and to place 2 yards. Now you need 8 here, Wade.
Yep, and they've really got to go with a play that they've had great success with throughout the season, not just the season, but today as well, because they need a 1st down here to put as many points on the board so they can stay ahead and put their foot on the pedal throughout this match.
4 wideouts, empty backfield. And Tyree under center. Quick drop. It's an out route to the far side. That one's hauled in by Gunnar Lewis. It'll be about 4 yards shy, and it's a 3 and out for the Sparrows.
That's not what they wanted, but hey, you can't score every time, unfortunately, as much as you'd like to. But hey, trust your defense. They got you a stop last time, so hey, you can just trust your defense, try to get some stops, and get your offense out there as soon as possible. Maybe cause a turnover. They've got options.
Holt's punt is away. And here comes the return. Tries to angle his way out to the far sideline, does Jeff Melanishin, but taken down at the 28. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations, as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. First down for the Revolution, 4 wideouts and Pickler in the gun. He's back to pass pressure coming from up the middle, and he just does get it away before he's hounded by Blake Craze.
And that's this defensive line. I believe that was Jonathan Camp, actually. They are just causing havoc up on the line, and this Louisiana Revolution offensive line is just having just the worst time stopping them, because that's 2 knockdowns in basically 3 plays for Louisiana.
I beg your pardon. That was Jonathan Camp, defensive end for Sioux Falls, and we'll get to that defensive lineup here shortly. Quick drop here from Pickler, dumps out again for Streeter on the far side, makes a nice little shifty move, and has a couple more yards, and more importantly, a first down for the Revolution.
So shifty. He just took that ball and just did everything he could to break tackles. He's shifting his weight, spinning, just everything, and he's just a phenomenal rusher. He's got such great balance, agility, and power as well.
There'll be a new set of downs here for the Revolution as they try and cross the 50 for the first time here in the ball game. Offset single back behind Pickler. Coverage drops off a little bit here from Sioux Falls. Be a run up the middle with Streeter, gets a hole, gets a few nice blocks, and he's down the sideline to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, fighting off tackles, and he's down to the 5-yard line.
55-yard rush. Wow. Just doing everything. And that started on the offensive line. They got the push. They got to the second level to get those blocks. 51, he's just doing everything he can, even though Reggie Streeter kind of ran away from him. But hey, Reggie Streeter's just a monster back there and just breaking tackles after gaining 45 yards. And he's just a phenomenal athlete. Just a great heads up play by everyone on that team, getting blocks, just heads up football.
So after the nice run there by Reggie Streeter, it's 1st and goal here for Louisiana. Hand up the middle. Streeter again gets leveled at the 1-yard line. James Kelly, Cam Frosby. Go ahead, Wade. Go ahead.
Oh, so close. He can just taste that end zone, and he just wants to just get that touchdown, get that payoff.
So it's 2nd and goal, this time from the 1. Offset eye behind Pickler. Handoff, Streeter again, bounces out to the near side, fighting for the goal line, and it's a touchdown for Louisiana.
How about that? The referees had to think about it, but hey, they gave it to him, and he just fought for every inch right there. They took him on that 55-yard run, and now just plunges into for pay dirt, and that's just a great payoff for Reggie Streeter. He's thanking his offensive line, all his blockers. Just a heads-up play by this offense.
So here comes Matt Fennick on to attempt the extra point and tie up this football game here late in the first quarter. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good, and we're all tied up at 7.
About that. Now it's a whole new ball game again, and That's exactly. I love tight ball games.
Definitely, if you're one for maybe a defensive contest, this one so far shaping up to be a tight one, and defense should be heavily involved throughout this football game. Fenix go ahead and boot this one down as A.J. Levy stands at about his own 2. Tries to cut up field with his blockers in front of him, and he's taken down at the 25-yard line. So a 3-and-out was the result of their last drive. Here, Wade need to march down the field a little bit better this time around.
Definitely more that first drive where they got pay dirt, and no more 3-and-outs this time. And if they can at least drive down the field, put some points on the board, you know they're going to be happy, and then just lean on their defense, get a stop as well.
Strong I formation here. Handoff near side. Colin Hart has a hole to run, and Gunnar Lewis tried to slide a block downfield, and Colin Hart, first play from scrimmage, gets a first down.
Excellent play. That was the offensive lineman and all the blockers getting to the second level, getting blocks from the wide receivers as well, and Colin Hart doing his part by just speedily getting past there and getting down the field, and just a heads-up play by Sioux Falls. And, you know, they definitely want more of that. And if they can get their passing game and running game in concert, they're hard to beat.
Power eye again here on this first down. Be a handoff again to Hart, far side. This time he gets hit in the backfield by Chuck Diesel.
Just blowing through there, Chuck Diesel did, and that's just a phenomenal play. Beat the line and got in there and got the tackle. And this Louisiana Revolution rush defense is pretty salty, so they can definitely bring the pain.
And off up the middle for Hart, goes maybe for a gain of 1, taken down this time by number 76, Luther Gond.
And it's not going to be a 3-and-out, but, you know, almost if they don't get it here, that's nearly the same thing. But they're, I wouldn't say quite close enough to kick a field goal. Yep, no, not kicking a field goal. So they need a first down.
Tyrese back to pass. Pressure coming from the middle, able to get away off the hands of Tank Bennett, and it's 4th down for Sioux Falls.
Well, that's what Louisiana wanted. They wanted to get this stop with no harm done on the scoreboard, and that's exactly what they got. A great play by the secondary to get a pass batted down, and now they get the ball again and get to try to score again.
So on 4th and 9, got 12 seconds remaining. This may end up being the last play of the first quarter. We'll see Max Holt on to punt it away. High snap corral there by Holt, and he sends it away to Jeff Melanishin. Starts at the 20, tries to make a spin move, but he's tackled there at the 23. The defensive lineup for Sioux Falls goes as follows. James Kelly, defensive end. Cam Frosby, defensive tackle, and Jonathan Kopp at defensive end. Jose Fuentes, Alex Parker, and Nick Fargo make up the linebacking core, with John Barnhart, Terrell Davis at cornerback, and Jay Ringgold, Nathan Barnett, and A.J. Levy are the ever-dangerous safeties. First down and 10 here for the Revolution on their own 23. But they're content of letting the play clock run as far down as it possibly can go as he dumps it off to Streeter near side. And we've hit 000s on the score clock for the first quarter. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. Welcome back to Louisiana. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips and Phil Cass in the stats truck. Glad to have you along here for this exciting contest. Pickler's going to pass it near side here on second down. Is able to find his tight end Garrison Blue for a first down.
And that's the first reception for a tight end today. And always great seeing these versatile tight ends get to put in a paycheck. And now they're kind of playing with fire by stretching the field, because if they stretch them out, then they can open up those running lanes for Reggie Streeter for sure.
Power eye here on first down. Pickler back to pass. Going to dump out for Streeter on the near side as he cuts up field. That should be a good gain of about 7 before he's knocked out of bounds by Jose Fuentes.
And that's really just an underrated part of Reggie Streeter's game, is the pass catching ability, because he has 2 touchdowns this year catching the ball, and he's just phenomenal in that department.
We'll see what they can cook up here on this second down. I formation's a handoff for Streeter up the middle, and he's taken down, but not before he's able to fall forward for the first down.
So far, Louisiana's offensive line has gotten pretty good push so far, and they definitely, if they have any chance of winning this game, they have to get that consistently. And so far, it's been pretty good.
38 yards on 9 attempts for Colin Hart compared to 5 attempts for 75 yards for Streeter. Streeter gets the call again up the middle. He's going to add 5 to his tally.
And that just kind of a balanced result, because they get 5 yards, but hey, that stopped them from doing any more damage. And now Louisiana has a second and manageable, and they can really do anything to try to get this first down.
They'll go split backs and 3 wideouts here this time around. Quick drop here for Pickler. Dumps it out near side as his man's able to fight away from one and pick up the first down. Good, tough running there from B.E. Robo.
Great catch and run by Robo, because he took that, made the first man miss, and just kept on going, picked up an extra few yards, and that's exactly what they need. They need these wide receivers to catch the ball and make some people miss, pick up extra yards.
Pickler back to pass on first down. So be a dump off near side for Streeter. Takes a little bit to get going. Does get forward for positive yards, but is gang tackled there by Terrell Davis and Alex Parker.
And that's a great play by the defense, just to limit it to a 4-yard gain. And now Sioux Falls needs to really play a bend, don't break philosophy if they can get this win, because they need to limit them to maybe a field goal here.
Offset single back here on 2nd and 6 as they give to Streeter up the middle. Gets maybe 2 before it's Cam Frosby and Alex Parker to take him down. 3rd and 4 here, Wade. They're in field goal range for Fennec, but looking for a first down, you'd think. What do you run?
Most definitely. I stick with what's working. I maybe hit Reggie Streeter on a little out route or something. It's been working. I just try to beat the secondary on something.
Coverage backs up a little bit, giving the wide receivers plenty of time to get going. Pickler passes to the far side. That's picked off at the 10-yard line. Going absolutely nowhere. John Barnhart nearly had a pick in the first quarter. He gets one here in the second.
And he gets payback. Finally, he said, hey, try it again. And he did. And he held up his end of the bargain, got that interception. And now Sioux Falls gets a chance to maybe drive down this field and pick up another score.
We remain tied as Sioux Falls is going to start backed up in their own territory after the pick. Power I formation. Hart gets the call on the far side. He's able to get forward for a good gain of about 5.
And that time, Sioux Falls line and blockers got to the second level. Didn't quite pick up enough blocks, but hey, they're getting there. They're picking up the blocks, and I think pretty soon we might see Colin Hart break for a large run.
We'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Power I again here for the Sparrows. It'll be another handoff for Hart on the far side, able to get forward for positive yardage and a first down.
Colin Hart's really had a nice average, 5 yards, but hey, 5 yards is 5 yards. That's half the first down right there. So, if Louisiana can bolt down the run D, it's going to give Sioux Falls fits.
5 wide receivers on first down. Tyree over the middle, caught for huge yardage, and they're marching down the field rather effectively as it's A.J. Warren hauling it in.
To me, it's quite the juxtaposition from last week where Sioux Falls kind of went the shorter routes and stuff and didn't come down with the win. But today, they've really kind of opened up the playbook and really gone downfield and stretched this field.
This time they'll pack in everybody tight here on the offensive line for Sioux Falls. It'll be a handoff for Hart. This time able to get a few more yards on that play call and picks up 6. He's had a good average here on this drive here, Wade.
He has. I mean, he's just eaten up half a first down each time he carries the ball, and that's a great way to march down the field. And now Louisiana really needs to come up with something to stop the leak.
Strong safety creeps down a little bit as they give to Hart there on the far side. He's met right at the line to gain. He's taken down just short of it. Great stop there from Anthony Wyo.
Excellent stop, and that's exactly what they needed. They needed someone to make a play, get a stop the first down yardage, and now they're looking at 3rd and short. But hey, bring one more stop, and now Louisiana's looking at possibly getting the ball back.
Another strong eye for the Sparrows. Another handoff near side for Hart, going nowhere. And a stop behind the line. Fantastic stop there from the defense, Chuck Diesel. And it's 4th down.
And there's Chuck Diesel just blowing up Reggie Streeter's average. Reggie Streeter's probably mad because it's messing up his average. But hey, Chuck Diesel, Colin Hart average. But now Chuck Diesel is just playing balls out.
4th and short on the other side of the 50, and Hart's just going to go ahead and take a timeout, and they'll bring on the punting unit here. They didn't waste a whole lot of time when teams go for that here in the SFL. They usually let the clock run all the way down to the 1 before taking a timeout. But that time I think Hart just used his veteran presence and just called a timeout early as he didn't like what he saw on the defense.
Yeah, that's definitely a smart decision because you never know what could be going on, and he saw something that, hey, I don't like that. We need to talk to the coach.
And so they'll attempt to play the field position game as Max Holt sends this one on its way. Melanishin steps away from the punt, and it's going to bounce favorably for the Sparrows, and they'll down it at the 7-yard line.
Just an excellent punt. That's just one of the best punts I've seen all season, and that is exactly what they need to just slow down Louisiana to where they have to really gain every inch that they get going down the field.
So the interception on the previous drive for the Revolution doesn't hurt them, and they'll be able to start this drive. This time they're backed up in their own territory at their own 7. Linebacker shift center as Streeter gets the call up the middle, and they have a lane. Streeter is gone. He's going to take it 93 yards all the way to the house. Touchdown, Revolution.
That was everyone on the Revolution impacted that play right there. Reggie Streeter breaking tackles, using the speed, getting to the end zone, but it also started with the blockers. There were tight ends, there were wide receivers, linemen, everybody was getting a block. Look, there's a wide receiver running with him. I mean, everybody impacted that play, and Reggie Streeter got the payoff, and that is just a phenomenal play. 93 yards for the scamper. That's just a phenomenal play.
Just like that, the Revolution jump out in front, and here comes Matt Fennick on to take the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. I've got to go and ask Phil Koss, our statistician, how many plays was that there, Phil? Oh, just one, 93 yards, Reggie Streeter to the house, Wade.
Yeah, and that punt, I was pointing out what a great punt that was, but it made no difference. Reggie Streeter just grabbed it all back in one play.
AJ Levy stands about his 2 as he starts his return. Tries to just go straight into the coverage team, and he's taken down at the 26-yard line. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for weekly broadcast schedules to discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news. Let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy the broadcast each week with the hashtag #MakeAnImpact. Thank you for your support and your viewership. As it's first down here for the Sparrows. Hart gets the call up the middle. We got some laundry on the field. Hart, at the moment has about 5-6 yards, but we'll get the call for the first time tonight from our 62.
Holding, number 75.
And that'll be offensive holding, and that's going to send Sioux Falls a little bit further back.
Now they have to play catch up on that because the unfortunate miscue by the lineman, and now Sioux Falls has to pick up the slack and really find something that's a home run right here.
So 1st and 20 after the penalty. Hart gets the call on the near side. He has a hole and picks up the lost yardage and then some. A gain of 16.
The play before, he said, you know what, I'm going to take it right back here. And he did. He took it pretty much exactly where the end of the result of the last play was. And that just a great run by Colin Hart. He is just a phenomenal rusher of the ball, and he really showed it right there.
Both running backs coming alive here tonight. Something we haven't seen a whole lot of from them this entire season. Hart gets the call again. He's up the middle and has another 5+ yard scamper, and he's down to the 40.
He's really living on that average, and that's just a great thing you can count on. When you can count on your running back to pick up 5-6 yards each time, you know that the rest of your team can kind of pick up the slack of anything that's going on and really just march down the field.
3 wideouts here on first down for the Sparrows. Tyree back to pass. Out route far side. That one's hauled in for a good gain of about 7. It's AJ Warren that picks up the reception.
And that's exactly, they just need more of that, more just, 5, 6, 7 yard plays that just march down the field, because it adds up, and eventually it's going to be a play here breaks and they get into the end zone. So, it pays off.
And up the middle here for Hart. He's met at the line and brought down to the ground. It's a huge hit by Chuck Diesel. He's loving that play, Chuck Diesel, able to sneak through the line there and come up with a couple of huge hits there on Hart.
He really is. He's so slippery in there. He just gets in there, finds a hole, and meets the man on contact and just brings him down. He's just such a great lane clogger.
And we have reached the 2-minute warning. It's 14-7 Louisiana with Sioux Falls driving. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. (14-7) the score line here. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips and Phil Kotz in the stats truck. As we got 2 minutes left to go here in this first half, as Hart gets the call up the middle and he's able to fight forward and get on the opposite side of the 50 for a first down.
I'll tell you what, for those of us that love old school smash mouth football, this has been the game for us, because both these teams are just running like it's their mission, and it's been really rewarding so far.
Other handoff up the middle for Cart, and Hart immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Guess who? Chuck Diesel brings him down by his ankles.
It's really been his arch nemesis today. Just anytime you see Colin Hart get brought down behind the line of scrimmage, it almost seems like every single time it's Chuck Diesel.
So 2nd and 7 here on the 46. They'll come out again here in the far formation. Handoff up the middle again for Hart. This time it's someone other than Chuck Diesel. That's going to be Blake Craze picking up the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and Sioux Falls is going to call a timeout.
And that was the other linebacker picking up the slack, getting the stop. And Chuck Diesel says, "Hey, good job, buddy. Were you doing your best Chuck Diesel impression?"
Third down now here for the Sparrows as Stack Up Stadium gets loud. 5 wide here in the formation. Tyree dumps it off underneath to his man, Al Delpre Sr., who hauls it in, but he's tackled short of the first down. And Sioux Falls calls a timeout.
Now, would you say they're in Maxwell Falk's field goal range, or would you say go for it? Oh, hey, it looks like they're going for it.
In my opinion, if you're going to call a timeout on 4th down, that probably means you're going for it. They're only going to put 6 men in the box here for the Revolution to counter the offset eye. Fake to the fullback, out route, far side. That's hauled in, and Sioux Falls converts on 4th down.
There you go. Way to pick up that first down, and that's why I'm not a coach, because I would have overthought that and not done the best part. But hey, that's why these coaches are the best in the business, and great out route to pick up that first down, and now they keep this drive alive.
I completely agree with you there, Wade, and Luther Gund and chat. That was great execution there on that one to convert on 4th. Hunt gets the call to the right side. He's taken down maybe for a loss of 1, and they'll get right back to the line and try and catch Louisiana off guard here with under 50 seconds left to go. Hart gets the call there on the far side. Great blocking this time around. He gets the first down, and he's into the red zone.
Better hurry, get to the line.
Hart also to the line behind Tyree. Tyree goes under center. And they'll catch one of the linemen offside, so this will be a free play. Hart gets the call to the outside, tries to stiff arm a man, but is leveled right there at the line to gain. So Sioux Falls will probably decline the penalty, you'd think here, Wade.
Yeah, I would imagine so, just because, I mean, it's pointless, and now they get that ball, and they are within breathing territory of that end zone.
And more importantly here for the Sparrows, that's going to stop the clock at about 22 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
Every second matters, and now they've got 22 seconds to heave it in there.
And it doesn't look like they're going to pass. It looks like they're just going to take the free 3 points with, over 22 seconds to go, and they still have 2 timeouts. Or, excuse me, they have no timeouts at this point.
Which, hey, I mean, take the points, but do you really want to leave Reggie Streeter any time to have another 93-yard rushing touchdown?
That's true. We'll see what happens here. Plenty of time for Jeff Melanishin to make something happen and set his team up in good field position to give that opportunity to Reggie Streeter. Falk sends this one down the field, and Jeff Melanishin gets his return start at the goal line, makes a move at the 20, and gets to the 24-yard line. 15 seconds, plenty of time for Streeter to do what he did last time out there, Wade.
Yeah, and really, the coach is saying, hey, that last play that we just had, more of that, please, because we are unstoppable when we play like that.
So here comes the Revolution offense. Pickler changing the play at the line with 3 wide receivers and an offset eye behind him. He's back to pass, tries to fire it to the corner, and that's just a little bit too high. He was hit as he throws, and it's incomplete.
Great defensive pressure on that play to force the incompletion, and now it takes some time off the clock, and Louisville's kind of in a place where they are running out of time to score in this first half.
Come out here in the power eye. 8 men in the box for the Sparrows. Pickler back to pass. It's a dump off to Streeter near side. He gets forward for the first down and more. And they're going to take a timeout.
I tell you, Reggie Streeter is just so dangerous. He just takes a routine little, swing route and just takes it 12 yards down the field. He is dynamite every time he touches the ball.
And so with just one play before the end of the half, we'll more than likely see Pickler either toss it deep or just hand it off to Streeter up the middle. We'll see what they do here. They have 4 wide receivers, and they indeed will hand it off to Streeter up the middle. Has a nice little hole taken down after a gain of 9, and that will take us to the end of the first half. So Wade, it's been a very fun first half, all coming together with Reggie Streeter's huge 93-yard scamper, and he's had a phenomenal day to this point.
He has, and Sioux Falls has to come back in the second half with the game plan to stop Reggie Streeter, because it's really not the passing game of Louisiana that's destroying Sioux Falls right now. It's Reggie Streeter and his legs and receiving, that he is just a one-man machine out there. And now Sioux Falls has to complement the defense with a strong rushing attack. They've had some success rushing it, picking up 5-6 yards every time they carried the ball, but need everybody to pick up and get some points on the board.
Not to mention, though, there, Wade, but Colin Hart's had a fantastic day too. Both running backs are over 100 yards rushing. It's been definitely a game to remember. And remember, both teams are fighting for their playoff survivability, as a loss here would more than likely eliminate the team that loses today.
Right, both teams absolutely need a win, because without a win, both teams are kind of on the outside looking in, because it's just, we're at that crunch time at the end of the season that you every game matters, and if they don't get a win, unfortunately, it looks like their playoff hopes may just go to the wayside.
Saw the interception there by John Barnhart, stopping the Louisiana offense in their red zone, and just a phenomenal day by Julian Tyree. Let's talk about him for a little bit. Over 100 yards passing today, been fairly consistent, 75% completion percentage, and a QBR of 128.
Yeah, anytime you're 3 out of 4 passing, for the long haul, it's going to be a great day. And if they can get that converted into a win tonight, that'll be just even more sweet. And Julian Tyree is just a legend in the league, and really, any team that he plays for has a chance to at least do some damage.
Welcome back to Stack Up Stadium here in Louisiana. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips with Phil Koss in the stats truck and the commissioner producer Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Glad to have you along here tonight in this Week 9 matchup. Meanwhile, the game going over on the FTF Twitch channel. It's Carolina and Portland, and that game has reached the second half as well. Carolina had 17-12 over in that one. And we have just now begun the second half here in our ball game. And Jeff Melanishin gets his return started from the end zone, makes a cut back, and he's taken down near the 25-yard line, but hold everything. There might have been a block in the back.
Holding, number 20, receiving team. 10-yard penalty.
And it's an offensive, they'll call it an offensive holding, but it is the return team holding there by Smith, and that's going to negate a couple of yards there on the return.
Yep, and now Louisiana has to really play catch up. But hey, we saw Reggie Streeter not deterred by a large amount of green grass in front of him.
So they're backed up again on their own 14 here to start their drive. Pickler's back to pass. We'll dump it out far side there to Streeter, who makes a nice move, makes another nice move, has a lane to run down the sideline, has one man to beat, and he's tackled there at the 42. Holy cow, Reggie Streeter.
So he has over 100 yards rushing, and now I believe that puts him over 100 yards receiving as well. So just a two-headed monster today for Reggie Streeter. He took that. There were blocks all around him, and that was just a phenomenal play. Everything went right for him. Hey, they didn't get the touchdown, but hey, everything went right on him on that play.
It's been absolutely on fire since the word go here tonight. And they're immediately into Sioux Falls territory here on the second play of the drive. Pickler back to pass again. Will dump it near side and hits his man on the comeback route. That's Mike Twinscrew taken down after a gain of 2.
Just an unfortunate little, 2-yard play because shoot, every time they've gone on the run, they've got so much more than on the the passing game, which is just not what you see normally. But hey, it's been a weird day.
Pickler back to pass for the third time. He gets it out to Streeter again. Tries to make the same little twisty move there, this time going nowhere. Right back to the line of scrimmage.
That time he tried the spin move again because it's worked so well for him today. But unfortunately, there were 2 white jerseys there to bring him down and just couldn't get away from him.
So maybe just outside field goal range. Need a couple more yards to get there. Need 8 for the first down. Split backs behind Picklers. He's back to pass. Pressure coming from the outside. He's able to evade one, but not the second one. Taken down for a loss, and now you're definitely out of field goal range.
Definitely now, and that was just a swarm of sparrows just swarming to the ball and bringing down the quarterback because that was a team effort by the defensive line to bring him down because they had multiple people back there, broke the tackle, but got the final sack, and that's exactly what they needed to get that stop.
So Walter Melanition will punt this one away, trying to pin Sioux Falls deep, but it'll take a Sioux Falls bounce, and the coverage team will slide into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Sioux Falls will start on their own 20.
So close. They almost had another just phenomenal punt that would have pinned them probably on the 1 or 2, but hey, got it on the 20, so they get quite a bit of breathing room.
So here on first down, Sparrows will come out here in the power I. And off near side for Hart, taken down by Chuck Diesel right at the line of scrimmage. The SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting positions. No prior experience is required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting. Tyree is going to be in the gun. He's back to pass as he walks up and throws it to his man there on the corner route, and that's going to be good enough for the first down.
That's exactly what they needed to, start this drive, and now they've got the momentum. They got a first down on that first play, and now if they can just keep that momentum up, keep on driving, they can get some points on the board because, hey, they're only down 4, so they're definitely within shouting distance of taking a lead.
New set of downs here for the Sparrows on their own 33. Tyree again will be in the gun with Hart off to his right and 4 wideouts. Back to pass. Fires over deep over the middle. Has a wide open Gunnar Lewis. He's to the 10, to the 5, and down at the 4.
Wow, just got beat his man. Got behind him, but great catch up by the Louisiana defender to bring down the what could have been a touchdown, but man, he just got way behind him. And now it's off to the foot races. And luckily, even Arthur brought him down because he saw pay dirt in front of him.
Nearly a big score right there, but it's a 63-yard reception there for Gunnar Lewis. And the Sioux Falls Sparrows are in the red zone again here tonight. Power I here on first and goal. Handoff near side Hart, and he's met in the backfield and will fall forward for maybe a half a yard as it's Derek Genko who brings him down.
They definitely, Sioux Falls needs a different result than the last time they were in the, this deep in Louisiana territory because they had that pick. But hey, if they can get a touchdown right here, that's going to be great for their offense and the confidence department.
And off the middle for Hart, tries to sneak through the clogged holes, and he's taken down right at the line of scrimmage again.
That was a great job to plug up the holes by Louisiana and not get any more damage on the run, and that's exactly what they need. They have a great run defense, at least this season they have, but they need to bring the house today.
Third down again, handoff, Hart to the near side, going nowhere again, and it's a goal line stand that's successful for the Revolution.
Great, just a heads up stand because they needed it. They could not give up a touchdown this early in the second half, Louisiana, because if they do, then there's a chance that the confidence switches over, but now confidence and momentum is still a little bit on Louisiana's side.
Snap spot, and Maxwell Falk's 20-yard field goal is good. And so now it's a 1-point ball game here at Stack Up Stadium. It's 14-13.
Quite the nice little shootout, my friend.
Definitely. It's definitely a close one, and that's something we really expected here in this simulated playoff experience here. It's only week 9, but it's all to play for here tonight, as Falk sends this one on its way, and Jeff Malnition waits about 5 yards deep in his end zone, hauls it in, and proceeds to take an E. Visit the all-new SFL League website at www.simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Empty backfield behind Pickler as he's back to pass here on first down. Dumps it off over the middle. That one's hauled in and caught for a gain of about 9 by B.E. Robo.
Hey, B.E. Robo getting his, I believe, first catch of the day, and actually it may have been the second, but hey, that's definitely what they need, because he is a mismatch nightmare, because he's 6'5", 228. He's just a huge target out there.
Robo didn't have any receptions last week. He's making up for it with 2 here tonight. Strader gets the call up the middle, picks up the first down, and we can just say it over and over again here, Wade. He's getting close to 200 yards here in the ball game.
Ooh, 2 centuries, man. I haven't seen that in a while, and now I get to see it. And Reggie Streeter has just been all over the field today, catching the ball and running the ball.
A single back as the linebackers show blitz for Sioux Falls. It's a dump off to the far side of the formation and then a gain of 5. But, oh, no, we got a Revolution. It's member down on the field. It's Chase Earl who's slow to get up. That could certainly hurt their offensive production. That
is definitely quite possibly could throw a kink into this, because without Chase Earl, they're down to 2 wide receivers and a tight end, but that Chase Earl gives them so much, stretching the field and just another option for Johnny Pickler to throw to. If he's out for enough time, that could hurt their offense today.
Kind of unfortunate for Earl. That was his first reception of the ball game, so hopefully he can make another appearance here later in this football game. Pickler takes a deep drop now. Pressure coming, and he ain't going to be able to get this one off. Taken down for a huge 10-yard sack.
Just a whole heap of yards taken away, and that was Jose Fuentes with the kind of cleanup. That was 3 Sioux Falls defenders around Johnny Pickler that could have brought him down, but just phenomenal. Could not have come at much of a bigger time.
Cleanup. I think he clocked Pickler in the head there with a little bit of an armbar as Pickler takes another deep drop, pumps once, this time fires down the field into triple cover, just knocked up and falls incomplete, luckily for the Revolution.
Yeah, that could have been very bad, because there were quite a few Sioux Falls defenders in the immediate vicinity of the ball. So lucky that it was just a pass batted down.
So here comes the punting unit for the Revolution as they try and pin Sioux Falls further back in their own territory. Walter Melanishin spun us away as it's AJ Levy who gets his return start at the 40. Maybe gets about 4 on the return before he's stood up. And Sioux Falls here, Wade. They got a field goal last time out, which brought them in within 1. So any points here on this drive would see them take the lead.
It would, and now they've got some of their best field position of the day, and now they're really eyeballing that end zone because they want to get this lead for sure.
They'll pass here on first down as pressure coming as the floater near side just goes out of play. The Revolution defense got in the backfield in a hurry and disrupted that pass.
Yeah, that was a great pressure by Deontay Wilder to get in the face of Julian Tyree and not let him get any, clear view of the receiver. So he just kind of had to chuck it out there and avoid a sack.
We'll go into the power eye here on second down. Handoff, Colin Hart near side, shoulders a man to the turf, and gets taken down after maybe a gain of 2 by Nathan Blake.
That was really showed why Louisiana has such traditionally a great run D, and that showed this season, and they really showed off right there as well.
5 wideouts here on third down as Tyree stands all alone in the backfield. He's back to pass, floats it near side. That one's hauled in by A.J. Warren for the first down on the sideline.
Great just awareness to keep the feet down, inbounds, maintaining control of the ball. Just a fun. Oh, if they review that, he might have got a foot out.
Oh, here we go as the Revolution will challenge this one. Now, remember, folks, here in the SFL, you only need 1 foot inbounds once you have control of the football in order for it to be called a completion.
Get that first foot down. Yep, looks like it.
So here comes R62 to give us confirmation.
After review, the play stands. The pass was complete. The catch was made.
And the pass was indeed complete, and so Louisiana will lose a crucial timeout here in the third quarter. And that was just a fantastic grab there from A.J. Warren, Wade.
It was. I mean, he did everything he could to get a foot down, establish inbounds, and just heads up, great way to get separated, catch that ball, maintain inbounds.
2 backs in the backfield here on first down, and they'll give it to Hart, and it's Chuck Diesel again, laying the wood on a Colin Hart. And unfortunately for Chase Earl, he's going to be out of the rest of the football game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Luckily, some of the best doctors and physicians on staff on the SFL, so might not miss too many weeks, but hey, that's unfortunate for today.
Power eye here on second down. They'll give to Hart there on the far side. He's taken down by Anthony Wyo after maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah, and that was Wyo making another stop today, and that's really something they need more of, just to really stop Sioux Falls from getting any more first downs on this drive, because Louisiana needs a stop so they can keep this lead.
Again, go with the power eye here on 3rd and 5. The handoff to Colin Hart, who's met in the backfield and taken down for a loss of 1. And here comes the field goal unit to put Sioux Falls in the lead.
And that's just a phenomenal stop by this defense to at least hold them to a field goal try. Hey, that's what you could consider a win, really.
So Maxwell Falt's going to attempt a 44-yarder from the right hash. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. Sioux Falls jump out in front. It's 16-14 here late in the third quarter. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. And this time, Jeff Melnish is going to take it out of the end zone here on this return, and he has stood up right at the 20-yard line. He was going nowhere.
No, he got laid out right there, and they're probably going to give him some smelling salts and get him back out there. But yeah, he got his pipe cleaned right there.
So minute 54 left to go here in the third quarter as the Revolution try and answer the Sioux Falls field goal with some points of their own. They'll come out here in the power I. Pickler back to pass, going to dump out far side there to Reggie Streeter. Makes a shifty move and will pick up about 4 yards. We've seen Streeter make spin moves time and time again, but this time, throwing the defense for a little bit of a loop as he tries and jukes a couple defenders.
Yeah, they might have been expecting a spin move, so he busted out the good old juke move and made a man miss. And he is so shifty. It's just phenomenal watching him because he's just such a thrill to watch.
3 wideouts and a split backfield here for Pickler here on second down. Quick drop, fires near side. That one's hauled in for a first down. That one is caught there by the backup wide receiver, a mite to Shufanti.
And that's what they need. They need this whole team to pick off where Chase Earl left off, and that's what they need from their backup, and they got it right there.
Hand off, straight up the middle, met in the backfield almost immediately. Great stop there by A.J. Levy and company.
A great stop, definitely. And that was one of the rare times that Reggie Streeter didn't make, someone miss and get down the field for a nice pickup of yards. But hey, that's definitely something Sioux Falls needs more of if they're going to keep this lead.
Well, it's 2nd and 12 now for the Revolution. Pickler back to pass, fires it over the middle, wide open receiver. That's B.E. Robo, and he's got them all the way down to the Sioux Falls 37.
Oh, actually, that was Garrison Blue, the big tight end, making that catch. And that's still the big target, gets the reception and picks up a hefty chunk of yardage to put him over in Sioux Falls territory. So, hey, anytime that big tight end gets to stretch the field, they love it.
Throw it to the tight end, as Mike Taggs would say, as Garrison Blue does come up with the huge reception, as that will take us all the way down to the end of the third quarter. And get your 4s up in chat. It's 16-14. We've got ourselves a ball game here in Louisiana. This is the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Welcome back to Louisiana. I'm Tyler Falk with Wade Phillips and Phil Koss alongside me here tonight. Great to have you with us for the end of this football game as the pass, the streak down the far side there to Mike Twinsker was in and out of his hands.
Yeah, just thought he might have connected on it, but just couldn't maintain the catch. Great defense to knock the ball out by A.J. Levy. He really got there right at the most opportune time to knock that ball loose.
We've been talking about Levy all day today as the 11th season veteran has already eclipsed his 1,000th tackle here in this football game and continuing to make plays for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. 2nd and 10 for the Revolution. There'll be a handoff to Streeter up the middle as he tries to bounce it out of the outside. He's get held up behind the offensive line and maybe will pick up one before he's brought down by Jonathan Kampf.
He just had nowhere to run. He hit the hole. Unfortunately, it closed up right when he got there and then tried to kind of find another route to take. Unfortunately for him, Sioux Falls just got there too quick and brought him down.
Deep drop here from Pickler. He throws underneath. That's tipped up in the air. Tipped up again. It's still going. And it finally falls incomplete. That ball had a mind of its own.
It did. We didn't know where it was going to land or who was going to come down with it, but no one came down with it. But it landed somewhere we didn't expect it to.
And so we'll see if they trot out the field goal unit. No, they'll say it's just outside the range of Matt Fennick. And so it'll be Walter Maledition to try and pin Sioux Falls deep in their own territory. Pressure coming, and he's just able to get away as it angles toward the near sideline. It's a great punt. Takes a Louisiana bounce, and it's down to the 3. Talk about pinning your opponent deep.
How about the old school coffin corner, pinning it on the 3-yard line, just bounce right to the 3. Just no more perfect punt there could have been on that play. I mean, other than the 1-yard line, but hey, 3-yard line, that's just a phenomenal punt.
They're way backed up in their own territory are the Sparrows. They'll start on the 3. Hand off up the middle for Hart. Maybe picks up a yard before Chuck Diesel. If Colin Hart hasn't met Chuck Diesel by now, so far in this football game, he has now.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have a conversation after this game. It's like, man, I met you more today than anybody else out of here. And now they're really in the shadow of their end zone, so they got to make something happen.
That might be the 4th tackle on that play combination alone here for Diesel as Hart gets leveled again. Oh, he's taking a whole lot of punishment in this one as, oh my goodness, that's going to be Blake Craze laying the wood on him.
Yeah, these linebackers for Louisiana really don't like Colin Hart, it seems, because they are just tackling with some force and authority.
So it's a power eye here on 3rd and 7 on their own 5. They give to Hart on the near side, and Wyo and company able to meet him right at the line of scrimmage, and it's a quick 3 and out for the Sparrows.
And now you think Sioux Falls has to really boom this punt and get it out of this side of the field, because Louisiana is just so close to this end zone that they're just expecting to come out running.
And Louisiana decides not to try and block the punt. It's going to be a very short punt. He fumbled the football, and Sioux Falls falls on it.
Wow, how about that? I mean, they had the opportunity to flip this field, and now they get the ball back. That's just as good as a pass down the field, because hey, they get the ball 30 yards down the field.
It was J.J. McGee, the lucky coverage man, who gets his mitts on it, and Sioux Falls gets out of their own end zone unconventionally, and it's a new set of downs on their own 35-yard line. The handoff for Hart up the middle. He's able to bounce around his offensive lineman and pick up maybe 4 yards.
Really weaving through there. Didn't have much luck near their end zone, but hey, that time got 4 yards closer to their average, and they need to really come with a plan to try to kind of coast along with a couple more points on the board.
Backing in 6 here for Sioux Falls. It'll be another run for Hart up the middle. Gets another couple of yards, and it'll be 3rd and 1 coming up. As Carolina has just gone final, they win that football game 24-19. There are now 9 teams at 5-4 their weight, as Portland has lost 4 straight.
That's quite the logjam at 5-4, and there's going to be some fun discussions over the upcoming week to see who's the most deserving of the best spot.
The handoff this time, it's the fullback, the rookie fullback Charlemagne Cornelius gets his first touch of the ball game, and that'll be good enough for a first down.
Hey, that's great first down by the fullback. We haven't called his name at all today, and normally he's throwing blocks for Colin Hart, but hey, got his first down on his first carry.
So we'll see what they do here on first down. Another run for Hart up the middle, and right, I'm getting used to saying it. Colin Hart up the middle, Chuck Diesel lays him down.
Yeah, that's we've called that play quite a few times today. It was really those Chuck Diesel, and I believe that was Luther Gond on the play as well. They really combined to bring down Colin Hart for no gain.
Handoff near side for Hart, blocking downfield as he'll pick up the first down and more down to the 40-yard line.
That was a great combination by the blockers and Colin Hart to really kind of feel their way for a first down. Colin Hart kind of let his blockers open up the route for him and was able to pick up enough yards to get the first. And now they're slowly eating away this clock, running the ball, and it's going to make Louisiana's time winning if they get the ball back that much harder.
So about 6.5 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls will bring trips near side of the formation. Quick draw pass over the middle, nearly picked off there by Chuck Diesel. He's been making plays all day tonight and nearly came away with a pick.
He has. Normally we've been calling his name for stopping Colin Harp at that time. Got his hand on the ball to get a pass batted down, and definitely that's one thing that's a big part of this linebacker crew for Louisiana's game is pass breakups.
So after an incompletion there on first down, they'll trot out 5 wide receivers here on second. Julian Tyree back to pass, finds A.J. Warren on the far side. That's good for 6 yards.
Hey, that's more yards. Just keep on going. 3rd and 4. Now they can really kind of reach in their bag of tricks and find something that they think is going to get them a result right here. And, I mean, they're in, within, you would think, field goal territory. So, really, they can at least try to put some points on the board.
So Colin Hart comes back into the football game. 4 wide receivers here on 3rd and short. Tyreek dumps it to the far side. That one's hauled in by Al Delapre Sr. for first down, and they're down to the 22-yard line.
We haven't heard Al Delapre Sr. quite enough today. I would have thought they would have got him involved early and often, but hey, no bigger time than now, and he got that for a first down, and that's exactly what they needed in this situation.
So only a 2-point ball game here, just about midway through this fourth quarter, and Sioux Falls looking to extend the lead to make it a little bit more comfortable for their defense. Split backfield handoff up the middle for Cornelius, and Cornelius is met right at the line of scrimmage by Blake Craze, no gain.
Yeah, it's been either Chuck Diesel or Blake Craze making the behind the line stop so far today, and that time it was Blake's turn, and really they've just been phenomenal at linebacker today. Doesn't quite show on the scoreboard, but hey, you can't fault the linebackers.
Tyree in the gun with Cornelius and Hart off to his left and right. Back to pass. We'll dump it off far side. That one's hauled in for maybe a gain of 2, and it's to Cornelius.
That time, though, they might have been a little too conservative. Should have gone down the field just a little bit more. Because, 3rd and 8, it's just too much room for error for the defense to be able to do something. But, hey, they trust their coach, so
5 wide here on 3rd down. Pass to the corner of the end zone. Picked off in the end zone by the Louisiana Revolution. It's Roman Hood with the clutch INT.
That was so clutch. Just phenomenal vision to spot that ball, read the eyes, pick it out of the air, come down with it, and now they get the ball on the 20-yard line. He didn't come out of the end zone. And now Louisiana has the ball, and they have an opportunity to pull ahead.
We'll see if they go to Streeter. He's close to 200 yards today. Hasn't been seen a whole lot of here in this second half. They'll dump it off to Streeter there on the pass to the far side, and he's going to get enough for the 9 yards there. He hasn't been so much effective on the run game here in the second half here, Wade, but it's transitioned really well to the passing game.
Really, it has. They've kind of been able to slow him down on the rush department, but hey, he has picked up the slack more than ever in the receiving department and has been really outstanding today.
Handoff up the middle. This time, Streeter gets the call on the run. He will pick up the first down. Some good hard-nosed running. Gets 2 and the first down.
A lot of this has to do with Reggie Streeter, but everybody on their offense, when he breaks off those big gains, you just can see all the offensive players are throwing blocks. Everybody's getting downfield and making their presence known.
With that line being led by Leonard Butler Sr., they're in a good company. Pass near side, somehow caught by Mike Twinscrew for a big gain.
And the big target, 6'3", took that catch and got the first down, and that's exactly what Louisiana needs to keep driving down the field and maybe not just go to Reggie Streeter, maybe spread it out and make Sioux Falls have to guess where they're going to go with the ball.
It looked like Terrell Davis had excellent coverage, but somehow Pickler was able to fit it in there for Twin Screw, and it's first down on the Sioux Falls 44. He's back to pass again. We'll find Streeter near side on the screen play. He'll pick up 4 yards before Streeter's hit by Alex Parker.
Yeah, and that time it was Alex Parker to really put a lick on Reggie Streeter, because it's really been Louisiana's linebackers putting the hit on Colin Hart, but that time Reggie Streeter had to really pick himself up.
4 wide receivers, under 3 minutes left to go here in regulation. Pickler's back to pass again, over the middle, one-handed grab by Mike Twin Screw at the 22.
Great catch. You know, it's got to be those gloves, because those gloves, I mean, those gloves are just voodoo, because you can catch anything, but man, that was just catch of the day, I would say. And that's exactly what they need to keep this drive alive.
And so, just outside the red zone come the Revolution. They come out in the power I as the linebackers shift to the left side of the offensive formation. As the Revolution are content with just milking as much clock as they can here before the 2-minute warning. It'll be a handoff for Streeter up the middle, picks up 4.
Just another 4-yard gain for Streeter, and that's, I mean, his average, I mean, shoot, he's probably, you know, closer to 8-9 yards on the average, but that's another good play.
We got a tight one here to close out week 9 and what has playoff atmosphere to it here in Louisiana, 16-14. You're watching the SFL on Twitch as I'm Tyler Falk. He's Wade Phillips with Phil Chaos back in the stats truck, and the commish producer Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, as this one is getting really intense real quick as the Revolution are in the red zone. Handoff up the middle for Streeter, as Streeter will pick up about 3, and Sioux Falls is going to burn a timeout here to stop the clock.
Yeah, I got to stop the clock, because now that Louisiana's within scoring distance from their leg, Sioux Falls needs every second to be able to match the score.
Big third down upcoming here for both sides. Sioux Falls trying to hold the Revolution. Pass to the corner of the end zone. It's just barely out of the reach of the defender and just short of B.E. Robo.
Great. Just the cornerback right there, I didn't quite catch who it was. Did a great job just kind of face screening Robo to where he couldn't catch the ball. It looked like he got his hand up just in time to kind of shield the ball from his face, and then just harmlessly incomplete. Great play by the defense.
I want to thank Phil Koss for pointing out that was John Barnhart there in coverage, making a spectacular play as the Revolution tried out Matt Fennick, trying to put themselves out on top by 1 late in the fourth quarter. Snap spot, kick is up, and it's through the uprights. The Revolution take a 1-point lead with 1:49 left to go in the game.
Both these teams, playoff implications. Ooh.
Yeah, here we go. Both teams, as you can see their records there at the bottom of your screen. Sioux Falls at 2-6. A loss here would more than likely eliminate them from playoff contention, as the Revolution, if they win here, they still, have all to play for. But a loss could also see them, fall out of the playoff push as well. So we'll see if Levy here can get a good return here for the Sparrows. Starts near his own end zone, brings it upfield, up the middle, and taken down at the 22. So this one's for all the marbles here, Wade. Julian Tyree, the 11-season vet, comes back out on the field. This is probably the biggest 2-minute drill drive of their season.
It is. I mean, it all comes down to this, really. They've got to put points on the board. I mean, at least a field goal, because that wins it. And I mean, they've just got to do something to put points on the board.
Rips far side, and Tyree all alone in the gun. He's back to pass here on the all-slants pattern, and they connect for a good first down. And here come the Sparrows. They go into the hurry-up. Another all-slants pattern over the middle, and that one's caught again. Another first down, and the Sparrows are marching down the field with efficiency. Third first down of the drive. Tyree over the middle. That one's holding again, and that's beyond the 40-yard line. And they're nearing Maxwell Falk's distance.
And that clock continues to roll, and they're continuing to march down this field, and it's just getting the odds of them coming away with a positive result are getting larger and larger.
On the 39-yard line, quick drop pass over the middle, nearly picked off by the streaking defender, and it falls incomplete. Nathan Blake nearly had the game-sealing pick.
Yeah, he almost had the dagger to end this ball game, but unfortunately couldn't get it. But hey, now Sioux Falls gets a couple more chances to try to score, and Louisiana needs everything they have to finish this victory.
Sioux Falls only needs about 4 yards, and coverage backs off for the Revolution. Tyree back to pass. We'll dump it off to Hart there on the far side. He's taken down after maybe a gain of 1. Clock continues to run. It's 3rd and 9 here for the Sparrows. Tyree back to pass again over the middle, and he fumbled the football, and it's picked up by the Revolution. Derek Gecko, no, it's Luther Gahn who falls on it. But that might be challengeable here by the booth, as I don't think he made a football move here, Wade.
Yeah, no, I don't know if he caught that ball yet. It looked like he might have just been incomplete and not a fumble. We'll see if they throw the red flag and try to challenge, but yeah, looking like it.
And all challenges have to be made by the booth, and the booth wants to take a look here at this one. This could very well seal the fate for the Sparrows if the play stands. A little bit too close to call there, Wade.
Yeah, bang, bang play. Just, we'll see what he says.
After review, the receiver did have possession. It is therefore ruled a fumble. 4th down.
And in case I confuse anybody at home, that means that there was no fumble, and it's 4th and 9 for the Sparrows on the 38.
For the win.
This could very well be for the win. 32 seconds to go. It'll be a 55-yard try from the right hash. Snap, spot. Kick is on its way. Does it have the distance? It does, and it's through. Sioux Falls are back out in front with 27 seconds to go.
Look at that. They've been so hot and cold all day, and with just a few seconds left on the clock, they pull ahead, and now it's all going to be on their defense to get this final stand.
So a field goal will win it. Louisiana only has 2 timeouts remaining, as they used a challenge earlier here in the half, and it went against them. So 27 seconds, 2 timeouts. We'll see if Jeff Melanisha can make anything happen. Starts about 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Tries to cut upfield and make something happen. That won't work as he's tackled at 21.
So 79 yards. Hey, they've pulled off something epic today already, so I would not count them out at all, because anytime number 34 touches the rock, it could be a spark.
He's just a few yards away from 200 rushing yards, so they could even try and give it to Streeter to see if he could bounce off another big one. He's already had a long run of 93 today. Quick drop, Pickler pumps, swamps, fires near side. That one's in and out of the hands of Mike Twinsko, incomplete. 18 seconds remaining.
Yeah, need to get completions, but hey, incomplete stops the clock. That's all that matters, because that clock is slowly getting closer and closer to 0, and that's just not what they want. But great defense right there by Terrell Davis to deny the receiver the ball.
That one looked relatively close to being challengeable, as it looked like Twinstrew had it and then had it knocked out of his hands as he was coming down. So we'll see what the Revolution can do here on second down. Trips near side of the formation. 18 seconds to go here in regulation. Pickler back to pass. It's a quick dump off over the middle. That one's hauled in by the tight end, Garrison Blue, and Louisiana is now down to one timeout.
Yep, one timeout, and they just have to be able to catch the ball, get first downs, get out of bounds. Like nothing that runs down the clock. It's just counting against them, really.
14 seconds to go here for the Revolution. Need to make a quick play and get out of bounds quick, or do a nice little dump off over the middle, call a timeout, and set up for a Hail Mary. We'll see what they do here. Pickler passes over the middle, deflected out of the air. Tremendous coverage there from Jay Ringgold.
That really was. Jay Ringgold got up in a hurry and knocked that ball down. He's 6'2" and can match up well with some of the taller receivers, and that time he did. He went up and knocked that ball down and really helping Sioux Falls' case to get this win and stay in the playoff hunt.
So Pickler goes under center here with 10 seconds to go. 3 wideouts, and Streeter and Brockschragen in the backfield. Quick drop, pass over the middle, deflected up in the air, and it's picked up by Sioux Falls, and it's A.J. Levy who comes up with it, and that is your dagger.
Yep, the nail in the coffin right there. A.J. Levy gets it, and it's been a phenomenal effort by both these defenses today. Just unfortunately, Sioux Falls came away with a bigger, more timely interception that really sealed this game, and really it's been just a phenomenal day by both these teams, really.
And here comes the Sparrows offense on the field. We should see 2 kneel downs, one to have Louisiana burn a timeout, in which they do, and we'll have one more to close out the football game. So both teams, Wade, will move to 3-6. Louisiana definitely on the outside looking in now that Sioux Falls has the tiebreaker over them, and Sioux Falls is still alive in the playoff hunt.
They are, and they came into this game needing a win, and they duly got it. And Louisiana had a kind of a disappointing season, but hey, they can come back next season even stronger.
So that is gonna be that. Sioux Falls with a field goal in under 2 minutes remaining sneaks out of Louisiana with the victory. Wade, this was a fantastic ball game.
It was. Reggie Streeter was the name on everyone's lips for Louisiana, and on Sioux Falls, really, it was Julian Tyree and Colin Hart really lending their talents to get this win. And it was the defense of Sioux Falls that kind of bent a little bit, didn't break, and they got the win.
And Colin Hart showing everybody that he still has a little bit left in the tank, over 130 yards here on the ground, and that's something we haven't seen a whole lot of from him today, and just great to see him get back to form.
Yes, it was. Really kind of bounced back from a somewhat smaller rushing day last week. Still got 100 yards, but hey, this week got a victory with that 100-yard game, and that's all more sweeter with the fact that it keeps their playoff hopes alive.
I think if there were 2 plays you'd look at there in that second half that really made the difference, there was that tremendous sideline grab there by A.J. Warren, and then there was the punt that ended up being fumbled for Louisiana to get out of their own end zone and continue their drive.
Totally agree, because without those 2 plays, this game has a completely different feel to it throughout this second half. And without that, I would say that fumble on the punt was the largest play of the day, as well as Reggie Streeter's 93-yard touchdown scamper.
And British had a tremendous day, nearly 200 yards, and there was the dagger as A.J. Levy, now over 1,000 tackles in his career, comes up with a game-sealing interception. And so, The player of the game here tonight in Louisiana is none other than Gunnar Lewis, the wide receiver. 5 receptions, 121 yards, and a touchdown. He's just another member of the Sioux Falls Sparrows team that made a huge impact today. So, for Wade Phillips and Phil Koss and the Commissioner Cam Irvine, I've been Tyler Falk. Thank you so much for joining us here on this presentation of the SFL in Week 9. We'll catch you next weekend for Week 10 action. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.